Good morning, YouTube. Thank you for coming in this morning. It is February 17th, the big day that we have been waiting for. Here in the Ripple versus SEC case, we will have Ripple exposed, and we're going to find out some memos dating back to 2012. We're going to get to see if the lawyers have given the Ripple notice that XRP was going to be a security. So this is going to be interesting to see what comes out today. A lot of hype surrounding this day. The judge has ruled that 2 of these memos must be turned over, and we're going to get to discover what was going on back in 2012 when Ripple was just getting started and how they created XRP and how they released it. What were the lawyers telling them at the time? We're going to find it all out. So at the time of this recording, it is 7 a.m. on the West Coast. The markets are in the red. Okay, so Bitcoin back down to 42K. Ethereum below 3, and XRP back down to 80 cents. So we can see here's the news that we're going to be looking at. Here's how 2 2012 memos can turn the tide in the Milestone crypto case. So I'm not going to get into this too much, but basically this is going back. One of the pillars of Ripple's defense is that they simply did not know the XRP token could be categorized as a security. I mean, they knew that it could be. They knew that it could be, but obviously they set themselves up. They released it in a way that they would be bypassing security laws. They created XRP to make it a decentralized currency. So I'm not going to get into this too much more. You guys have already heard everyone else talking about this, but I really do believe that this is actually going to be really good for Ripple's case. We'll have to wait to see what the lawyers have to say. We'll get Jeremy Hogan's opinion once this gets, released, and we'll get the legal perspective from them. But personally, I believe that this is just going to expose that they were trying to do things properly from the very beginning, and we already know this. They've been trying to work with the banks and the regulators since the very beginning. So they weren't trying to do anything to skirt securities laws. They were trying to do things properly, and they created something that wasn't a security. Remember, XRP was created before Ripple was incepted, and then they gifted XRP to Ripple. It was actually OpenCoin before it was Ripple, and the XRP was gifted by Jed McCaleb, David Schwartz, and Arthur Brito, the 3 developers that created XRP. 3 guys created this thing out of thin air, and then they gifted it to OpenCoin, which then later became Ripple. So I've already gone through the origin story of this, and you guys have already heard, I'm sure. So the way that they did this was intelligent. I mean, the SEC does not have a case against them. XRP was gifted to Ripple, and now they own property. This property happens to be a currency. If it's a security, that means that it's backed by something, but what would it be backed by? So I think this is going to be a great day for Ripple, a great day for their case. We're going to be watching this one closely to see if this actually helps their case. If we get a settlement here by the end of the month, that's what we're hoping for. If we don't get a settlement by the end of this month and they don't extend the discovery phase, it's looking like this case won't wrap up till springtime. But we're going to be watching this one closely. The timing of this couldn't be more perfect. Last night we were seeing that Canadian banks were reporting massive outages. So they're basically shutting down people's ability to access money and funds up there in Canada right now, just going full communist. And the point of cryptocurrency was to be able to get around this. And as we're seeing, Bitcoin is failing. Bitcoin's not getting the job done. Basically, they've sent over like $1 million worth of Bitcoin up to the movement up there, and the people can't even figure out how to access it. And now they just reported that most of the Canadian exchanges or these wallets, these Bitcoin wallets, have been told to basically shut down, or basically that they can't give the Bitcoin to these people. But yeah, so we're gonna be watching that one closely. But obviously, Bitcoin's not getting the job done. A currency like XRP would be much more efficient for that type of use case. For one, you could send the truckers that $1 million, and it would cost you about maybe 50 cents. Probably not even. You could send them that $1 million for less than 50 cents versus Bitcoin or Ethereum, which is just an absolute joke. Now, if you guys haven't already, please check out the Twitter. Okay, we're about to surpass 1,000 followers over there. I just took a couple days break after I called out Gary and Hillary. If you guys haven't already seen that, I went hard about 2 nights ago, exposing Gary Gensler for being the CFO of the Hillary criminal conspiracy campaign. And so I took a couple days break, but we have surpassed 220,000 followers on TikTok. I just dropped a couple videos on the border when the border was shut down next to where I live at, the one that's 1 block away from my house. We dropped a couple videos. That video just surpassed 1 million views at the time of this recording. So we gained about 40,000, about 40,000 followers over the last 4 or 5 days. And that video is done over 1 million views. And then my other border video did over 200,000 views. So I thought that TikTok had turned me off, kind of flipped the switch off on me, but apparently they're still letting the message go. So we have surpassed 220,000 followers on TikTok, 24,000 here on YouTube, and we just surpassed 240 Discord members. Now, if you're looking to get into the exclusive Discord group, now is the time. We have a DeFi class coming up. So that's going to be our next class. You guys know I've been talking about these classes that we're having. The next one's going to be on DeFi, and that's going to be next week. So if you get in over the next week, you'll have access, get in and learn about DeFi. Going to be an exciting class there. Now, yes, I put out this tweet, 2020 was a test, one of many. So I really believe that 2020 was the test. It was a massive test of our compliance, right? The events that unfolded put everyone's compliance to the test. Now, we have to look back at history to understand what's about to happen next. Without getting into it and without getting trouble here on the platforms, if you look back at the 1918 flu, that was blamed for the mass inflation that took place in the early 20s. The events that unfolded just a couple years ago, and the response, obviously massive money printing, is being blamed for the issues today, the inflation issues today. And if we checked it out, a couple days ago was our Federal Reserve meeting, and they're telling us that they're getting ready to end the tapering. They want to reduce their $9 trillion balance sheet, and they want to raise interest rates faster. So for those people that are still on the hopium dream that we're not going to have a bear market and that we're going to be in a super cycle bull run forever, I don't know what you're smoking, but you might want to just take a little break, check reality real quick, okay? Because the Federal Reserve is telling us what's about to happen next, guys. We're going through a major crisis, a major world event, and they really had to create this or release this, whether you want to think it was done on purpose or not. It was impeccable timing, the event that occurred here, because we were on the brink of financial collapse before this, and this really just accelerated it. There was gasoline on the fire, is what's happened over the last 2 years, and it's been, the events are covering up for the financial issues that are underway. And what we're seeing now is we are in the middle of a cyber war. You're seeing, and I'm not going to cover this too much because I don't want to get in trouble here, but you're seeing right now, if you just look through Twitter, Ukraine's having cyber attacks. Lithuania, or one of the other countries over there, is telling their people to prepare for major bank outages and major internet outages. You're seeing it all over the place. So this is a cyber war and a currency war. China, Russia, and all of the BRICS nations are starting to move away from the United States dollar. And that's what's been my focus talking about cryptocurrencies, is understanding that the real issue, the big issue that deals with all the money, is the currency war. So there's a difference between NFTs, metaverse, and cryptocurrencies basically different little platforms, metaverse, NFTs and such, versus actual currencies like XRP, right? So you have even the smart contracts platforms don't really touch on the currency issue. Yes, they could be cryptocurrencies and smart contract platforms, but the reason why XRP has been the focus of my research is because Ripple stated in 2017 a very simple goal of creating a world reserve currency with XRP. Then they stated that they wanted to make it as liquid as a G10 currency. Well, that is Ripple stating that they want to be on the same level as a US dollar with XRP, that they, as an institution, as a company, want to be on the same level as a Federal Reserve, a European Central Bank, and I would compare them to an IMF or a BIS, Bank of International Settlements, because that's what they've become, as an international financial service company, an international liquidity provider. Now, relating this back to the lawsuit, I want people to understand that when Ripple was selling XRP to build out the XRP network, this is the main argument of the SEC, is that they sold XRP as a security to fund their business operations and to fund the XRP ecosystem. Well, let's be clear here. Ripple did not sell XRP to fund their operations. Okay, they actually raised money from accredited investors in their series, their funding rounds, essentially, right? They sold XRP and they did have incentives for people to adopt XRP. They sold them XRP probably at a discount so that they would adopt XRP. But that was to build out the XRP ecosystem, which is a decentralized network. It's a blockchain network that no one owns. So we have to be clear here. They weren't funding Ripple's company, right? What they were doing was they were building out the XRP ecosystem, which is a network of people that are using the decentralized permissionless currency called XRP. So this is why I've said that they've never had a case. The reason why they're holding them up is because we're in the middle of a currency war, and Ripple is actually in the discussion to replace the United States dollar with XRP as a reserve currency. XRP is ready to be an ESDR, special drawing rights with the IMF. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. Type in SDR IMF, and you'll see what that is. But XRP is positioned to be a world reserve currency. It's positioned to be as liquid as a G10 currency, and now I'm saying as liquid as all the G10 currencies combined. So let me tie this all together for you guys. Right now, the Federal Reserve is telling us that they're going to pull the plug in March. They're going to end the tapering. They're going to reduce their $9 trillion balance sheet, which I don't know who the hell they think is going to buy their shitty products. Who the hell wants to buy mortgage-backed securities off of the Fed? You know what I'm saying? Who the hell wants to buy treasury bonds? When inflation is at 7% with our BS CPI data, why would you want to buy treasury bonds that are giving you, what are they giving you? 2%? I don't even know what they give you now. Who the hell is going to buy that? So I don't know where they're planning on offloading their $9 trillion balance sheet at. But they're telling us that they're going to end the tapering, reduce their balance sheet, and then raise interest rates 3 to 4 times. And they're going to raise them even faster. And they're going to go a meeting by meeting basis. And they're potentially going to raise it by 0.5%, which you might not think is much. But when you go to get a mortgage, your interest rate is going to be 2% higher, probably already, before they've even raised rates. If you go now, it's probably 1 to 2% higher, your mortgage rate, than what it would have been just a month or two ago. So the rate effect's already coming in. They're already front running that. And so that is going to kill our economy, right? That's coming in March. Regulations are coming right around the corner. We're going to get an executive order from Sleepy Creepy, and then we're going to have Congress already debating many bills in the works. And then you're also seeing states pass things on the state level, which is good to see. States forcing the hand of the federal government. All of this is happening while in the background we have this Ripple versus SEC case underway. And it's very clear that today's XRP is not a security. So it's like, okay, are you going to get Ripple for maybe the way they marketed this thing back in the day, 7 years ago, 8 years ago? You're going to slap them on the wrist with a fine for how they marketed it, you know? What do you guys have? You don't have a case for declaring XRP as security today, because we know that XRP is more decentralized than Ethereum and Bitcoin, which you've already stated are not securities. Oh, but wait, that was Bill Hinman's opinion. That's a non-official policy. So what is the official policy, right? We're waiting to get any sort of clarity from Gary, but he comes up here on Fox Business just 2 days ago, and I'm not even going to talk about it. Good guy, Gary. He's just doing good things. Let's just leave it at that. With that being said, guys, I want you to understand what's at stake, where we're at in this moment in time. It would not be there couldn't be a better time for a settlement in this case. Now, we'll see. I'm not going to be surprised when this thing gets extended out, but 95% of cases end in discovery. So we do have a 9 out of 10 chance that this thing wraps up this month. And I believe that what's going to be released today, the memos, are going to show that Ripple was guided by lawyers and they did things the proper way to make XRP not a security, to issue it in such a way that would avoid securities laws. So I think that today's memos are going to be bullish for Ripple's defense. We'll have to watch this one closely, but get ready, guys, because if you look at the charts are telling us that we're ready for alt season. We're ready for this final push that I've been talking about, that we've been watching. Huge shout out to BC Backer. You guys know he's my go-to technical analysis expert. So huge shout out to BC Backer. If you want to know my opinion on where the market's going as far as technical analysis, I don't do that, but I just refer you to BC Backer. So if you want to know where I stand, go watch his work. Go check out his technical analysis. He's telling us that these alt seasons take about 25 to 40 days. And we're going to get started here soon. So we're going to get our answer here soon. And what do they say? Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. The charts look like we're about to have a settlement. And that's not BC Backer saying that. That's me. The charts are looking like we're about to have a breakthrough in this case. Like we're about to have some sort of good news for crypto. Had a record settlement with BlockFi, and I was talking in our weekly Discord call that we had last night, how that BlockFi settlement was actually, it was good to see, because they didn't shut down the platform. They didn't, basically tell BlockFi that you had to stop selling whatever you're selling. So that leads me to believe that not everything that they're selling is securities, but they basically just got them for not registering with the SEC, which in itself is absolutely ridiculous. A $100 million settlement to the crime syndicate that Gary's running is absolutely ridiculous. But BlockFi was able to pay the fee, pay the toll booth, and then move on to the other side. So I was telling my Discord last night, you have to look at all these platforms, you have to look at all these cryptocurrency companies, and you have to see, are they going to be able to break through to the other side of regulations? Are they going to be able to settle up with the SEC if that's what it comes to? Maybe they're not going to have to cut them a check like $100 million that BlockFi just did. But do they have any money to fight a legal battle? That's what I would be considering right now. That's what I would be considering when I'm looking at my portfolio and what I'm going to be holding to finish off this bull run. Okay? The charts are telling us that we're about to get an answer here soon. The alt season will run 25 to 40 days if we do the same thing that we've been doing historically. So you're going to have about a month's time. It's going to push us out through March. And the timing of that, I think that times up well with the world stage events and with the Federal Reserve. Because if we get any sort of like delay with the Federal Reserve deal, I think that we'll see the markets really move. Now, this is obviously, it's tough to speculate on what the Federal Reserve is going to do. But if, say, they raise interest rates by only 0.25%, or they decide to push back interest rate hikes till the next month, I think the markets would have an immediate reaction to the upside, and then this could be our final phase of this bull run. And maybe if you time that up with some sort of executive order coming from Biden, some sort of regulations being passed at the congressional level, that would be the kicker to send us off into one final thing, or a settlement in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, which I think that's very likely. You know, I'd say it's about a 50-50 chance right now, but there's still a chance. There's still a chance. So we'll be watching this one closely, guys. I want to just say thank you to the community that we've been building here on YouTube and TikTok. My Discord group just blew past 200 members. Now we're up to 240. We just passed 24,000 here on YouTube and 220,000 on TikTok. As we approach February 22nd, there's plenty of twos. Maybe we'll see Ripple settle up for like 222 million or something. I want them to be able to flex how much cash they got. So, you know, let's give 222 million to Gary's crime syndicate. We'll fund him and his organization there for the next 10 years. But I just want to say thank you. We have the deep dive coming up on DeFi next week in our Discord group. So if you want to get in for that, the links are all down below, or you can head to zachrector.com and you can get access to our exclusive community. Just really thankful for all you guys. We've just had really high caliber people coming over from YouTube, coming over from TikTok, and getting in our Discord group, learning how to prepare ourselves for the greatest transfer of wealth in world history, watching the world stage events unfold, and being able to talk about it in an unfiltered, uncensored manner on the Discord platform has been refreshing. So I appreciate all of you guys. I'm going to wrap this one up. We're going to see what happens today with the memos being released. I think it's going to be bullish for Ripple's case. I think nothing can stop what is coming, and the best is yet to come. You have made it. And if you're stacking XRP right now, you're ahead of the game. While the rest of the world is scared, while you have other little influencers that are capitulating, they're selling out their bags so that they can chase meme coins. The people who understand what's underway continue to accumulate these assets that are actually going to run the new financial system. The kids don't have patience. They're going to chase memes, NFTs, metaverse projects that have no utility, no use case, and they don't know what problem they are solving. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, and I wish you guys all a very blessed Thursday, February 17th. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. God bless. Hold up. We got almost 300 in the YouTube chat. Hold up. And we got a 5 spot from Anthony. 5 spot on the Euro. And we just saw that Ripple is now part of the Euro Foundation, right? The Digital Euro Foundation. Anthony says, thanks for the awesome video content from UK. People need to drop emotion about XRP. Hate it, laugh at it, just own some. Exactly. Exactly. I was telling my Discord group last night that I haven't even been watching the charts. I haven't even been watching prices. What day, like Tuesday, I don't even think I looked at the charts at all. I was working all day. And then I get home and I'm just spending time with my daughter and my family, and I didn't even check the charts because we sleep fine at night. We know what we hold, and we sleep just fine. Except for my baby when she's crying all night. We got a 10 spot from Dev Woos. Much respect to you, Zach. I'm holding XRP, XDC, XLM, HBAR, and CRO, hoping for the financial change and freedom. I think you've positioned yourself well, my friend. Good coins, good ones. Can't taper a Ponzi scheme from S. Henderson. Thank you for that 5 spot. Yes, so true. I don't know who the hell they think. I don't know who the hell they think is going to buy those assets from them. Mortgage-backed securities, treasury bonds, and all the other BS financial instruments that the Federal Reserve's holding on to. Who the hell is going to buy that off them? Good luck with that, guys. You couldn't give that shit away. Another spot, 5 spot from Reving Tosh. Thank you for all you do, Zach. Best wishes from the UK. We're also part of the Digital Pound Foundation, right? Ripple is just killing it. And while we're stalling things up in the United States, and Gary can't figure out, what a security is, what a currency is. Just come in and talk to us, he says. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is just full steam ahead. The APAC region, just killing it over there. Thailand, Japan, Philippines, all the corridors just lighting up over there. Middle East region. Oh, God, I'd love to see it because there's just so much money over there. And these guys, they're about their business. They don't play around. They've provided regulatory clarity. They say, come on in. We can benefit from this technology. We're going to get ahead of the game. Then now you're seeing in Europe, Digital Euro, Digital Pound Foundation, full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. While we're getting held up here in the United States, which I believe is all because the power, the potential of XRP as a world reserve currency that's as liquid as all the G10 currencies combined. There is no other cryptocurrency that is doing anything similar. No one's even coming close. No one's even coming close. Quant, HBAR, you name the rest of the cryptos. All very good projects. I like them. Good utility, good technology. But no one has built the partnerships and the relationships that Ripple has. And the relationships are what matters. Being able to go shake hands and sit at the table with these central banks, with over 50 central banks that Ripple has, that matters. Being able to sit on stage with the chief general counsel of the IMF and Brad to be able to crack jokes at him on stage as if he's talking to his best friend, that matters. Being able to hold Christine Lagarde's hand in to the BIS meeting matters. That's what the CEO of Ripple's doing. What's your cryptocurrency doing? What problem do you guys solve? Oh, you haven't figured that out yet? Okay. Oh, you got a roadmap. You got a roadmap. Okay, cool. Let me know how that program works out for you guys. We're holding Christine Lagarde's hand as we walk into the Bank of International Settlements and tell all of them, hey guys, here's the best deal, take it or leave it. Adopt the greatest digital asset ever created, or get left behind. All right. I got to take off. I appreciate all of you guys so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. We will see you guys in the next one. Take care and God bless.